Yeah, well, I was also, back to my mid-20s. I remember being with my ex, and we talked about this the other day briefly, but he was building his company, and which, when we broke up, was acquired by Yelp for like a significant amount of money. But I was paying the rent during that, and I was like, "Why aren't you locking this down?" We had no money, like we had nothing, and I made it all about me. And now it's like, holy shit, do I ever get it? Alex Hormozy talks about this and his wife, and I'm like, yeah, he did the right thing. And guess what? He's married now with 3 incredible daughters, and is a totally different man with his wife than he was with me. And I played a significant part in that too. We had a terrible relationship, very tumultuous relationship, because I didn't trust him to do anything. It's like I wanted it to all be about me. My whole frame of reference has completely changed.
Well, it's because, like I was telling you on the show, it's like you become the man that you wanted to marry, right? And I understand that, because for the last 4 generations since the sexual revolution, we have systematically, inculcated this idea that men are inherently untrustworthy. They can't be trusted with your long-term security. So therefore, girl, you got to get the bag. You got to go to college. You got to go do OnlyFans. You got to do whatever it takes to ensure. And even if you're getting married, you should still have a side hustle, because you never know if that guy's going to go fuck his secretary later on. Or you might have got with him when he was 27 and now he's 37 and he's hitting his stride and you're on your downturn right here. And he might still want to go, like I said, bang his secretary or his trophy wife, right? And so therefore you have to have an insurance policy. You better have a parachute, right? And in some cases, you'll see high profile people who will do those things. But that's definitely not the case for the vast majority of guys, because most guys are scared shitless of stuff like that. They're scared shitless to get married. They're scared shitless to lose half of their stuff. It's cheaper to keep her. And the idea that men aren't going to do what they say they're supposed, like men are supposed to provide security for women. Okay, supposed to that's a judgment call, but the thing is that the reason why we have that attitude in the first place, and the reason why you have these sort of empowered women all the time who go in and getting enrolling in college at record rates and graduating from college at record rates. There's more home ownership for women than there is for men right now. It's because, and what is that? That's security. I've got a house. I've got my money. I've got a job at HR. I've got a degree. I'm basically following a male life plan, because men cannot be trusted to, even the best of men cannot be trusted to provide for me for the long term and my kids, if we have any, right? And so that's why you'll get women who will say, we don't, you get these videos of these guys on the streets, and they'll go up to women and they'll go, do we need men? Fuck no, we don't need men. Fuck men. They're lying, men, because men lie, right? Yeah. And then you go and you ask guys the same question: do we need women? Fuck yeah, we need women. What are you talking about? Yeah, yes. Are they pretty? Yeah. That kind of stuff. And it's like the complete opposite. But there's just this zeitgeist of I don't want to say, like, people say it's misandry. Okay, yeah, it is. But what inspires that is the idea that men can't be trusted to take care of women. And so if they can't be trusted, then women have to take care of that, sort of the beta bucks, or alpha fucks and beta bucks. Women have to take care of that beta buck side of their long-term security, because men can't be trusted to provide that long-term security. Only very rare, very high-value men can be. That's why women want the guy with $5 million income, yearly income, has to drive a certain car, has to dress a certain way, has to have investments here, has to love his mother, has to want kids, 6'2", finance, blue eyes, that kind of shit. That's all that is it's an insurance plea. I want a guy who can provide these things. And the only way you're going to be able to get me, because I've already provided them for myself, the only way you can do that is be such a high-level dude that I would even consider, well, I can provide for myself. Why would I want to get with a guy? Well, you would have to be really super elite level to do that. And those guys are so few and far between that you get a generation of women who are going to be single and childless by 2030 right now. So I think women have sort of priced themselves out of the sexual marketplace as a result of that. Is that warranted? I don't know. But all I can say is that we have encouraged this idea that men can't be trusted to do those things.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of unfair in a sense.
Is it a
especially for
self-fulfilling prophecy though? Is that
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it is. And so what happens is, as a result, is you got women who the reason why it seems like women's standards or women's like qualifications have blown, they have egos, like, you know, the overblown egos, is because they've been taught that you can't trust men to provide that long-term security. And so therefore they have to do it for themselves. And even when that guy comes into that woman's frame and he is the lesser and she is the greater, now he becomes another kid and now she has to provide for his long-term security. So you're seeing that reversal right there.
Yeah.
And that's not the way that it works evolutionarily speaking, right?
Yeah.
Because women are the vulnerable sex and men are the disposable sex.
Yeah. Yeah.